So recent news I have been seeing right now that Bloomberg posts an article about Sony PlayStation 5, and this looks very bad in my opinion, but I'm gonna talk to it right now. What is up, guys? Ready to come a brand new video, and today I'm gonna talk about the Sony and PlayStation 5. So Sony plans to limit PlayStation 5 output in the first year. What does that mean? It means that we will have a few PlayStation 5s on its launch day. So I will read you the article, and I'll read you some parts of the article, and I'll tell you about it, my state of mind, and shit like that. Please, if you like the video, subscribe, and let me know you like the video. If you don't like the video, you can just dislike the video and leave a hate comment. I always like some hate comments. Sony Corp plans to produce far fewer units from the upcoming PlayStation 5 in its first year than it had for the previous generation console launches, according to people familiar with the matter. Tokyo-based tech giant, it's limiting in initial production run, in part because it's expected the PS5 ambitious specs to weigh on demand by leading a high price at launch. The people said, asking not to be identified because the subject is private, that the global COVID-19 pandemic has affected Sony's promotional plans for the new device, but not its production capacity, they added. The company has told assembly partners it will make 5 to 6 million units of the PS5 in its fiscal year ending March 2021. According to other people involved in the machine supply chain, when Sony released the PlayStation 4 in November 2013, it sold 7.5 units in its first 2 quarters. The PS5 loftier price tag may be also deterring initial take-up. Game developers who've been creating titles for the next PlayStation anticipate its price tag to be reaching $499 to $549. And Bloomberg Intelligence Matthew Catterman points increased component costs pushing up to the price required for Sony to break even. Sony has struggled with price settings decisions for the PS5 because of scarce components, Bloomberg News has reported. A Sony spokesman declined to comment. Its shares were largely unchanged in a through trade. Sony's strategies, according to several people familiar with its plan, will be around incoming in PlayStation models as bridges to get new users onto the PlayStation platform network service, while the PS5 remains in limited surprise. But this is where things get really interesting. It's about prices and shit. Currently, Sony sells the PS4 for $300 and the high-end PS4 Pro for $400. The company may cut prices around that time for the PS5 launch to stimulate new subscribers for the PlayStation Plus membership program and PlayStation 9 game streaming services. The people said Sony's chief executive officer Kenichiro Yoshida has said the company will aim to increase recurring revenue rather than one-time hardware purchases. The PS5 production volume could still change depending on the COVID-19 situation. The people said Sony asked employees to work from home to mitigate the spread of the virus. Thank you, Sony. I'm looking at you, GameStop. Sony said last month it plans to release the result for the year ending March and April 30, but may be forced to push back the date because the pandemic. Sony has launched shit like that, has launched and revealed the console, and hasn't revealed this console, only revealed the controller, but this makes absolute sense. Still, Sony remains unlikely to delay the launch console from the critical year-end shopping season, so long as arch-rival Microsoft Corp doesn't push back a release date for the next generation. And I quote, this is coming from them: I think both the PS5 and Xbox Series X may end up at $450 even, so they will not lose money at the price, say Damian Thong, an analyst from Market Capital. So this is talking about the price for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So right now I'm gonna leave you the article down below, and you will read it. I want you to read articles because that's good. Reading is good, guys. Okay. Before you go talking, you need to read and make minds so you can talk. So now I already read you the article. I read the article right now, and now I want to talk to you about. I know recent events right now on the world have not been very good. The pandemic is across and swooping around the nation, across the world, Europe, United States, South America, all that. Here in Puerto Rico, we have some rigid strikes right now. We cannot even find some Nintendo Switches. They're very bad right now. Many people are very bored on their houses. So they went out and are buying PS4s, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. Then, by the way, if you don't have an Xbox right now, I will guide you to go buy that console. It's $20.99, the Series X. So why not? In my opinion, going to be very honest about this, I think they should delay the consoles. Why they should delay the consoles? Because it will give you more time, either find more treatment for the virus or a cure for the virus. And many people will have more and more time developing games, doing PR stuff, and not analyzing the market, open up the market right now, because many people and many companies are closed right now, and one of those companies being the manufacturing line. They manufacture the PS4 and the Xbox Series X, and this can be bad. They don't want to spread the virus. They want to apply and comply with the orders governed by the government, and I understand that. But when coming up right now and everything like that, it will give you more time and more reason to developers doing more remasters. Right now, we have leaks of Mafia 2, Mafia 1, Crisis has been announced. We have all these remasters that can be bought almost 10 years ago with good things, and they can sell it. So we still have some more time, okay? We still have more time. I still looking that Ghost of Tsushima will be delayed. Yes, I'm watching for that. I really watching, so I hope. I will not be mad if it's from the coronavirus. I really am. But this is coming very weird that they haven't said nothing much about the Ghost of Tsushima. Only that it's not being delayed. I read that it's not being delayed, but it's very, very, very weird they haven't talked so much about it. What about the price? What about the price for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X? Do you know what has been my intuition for the PS5? I knock it out with $400, and the Xbox Series X being $500 or $600. Since still, now I can still think that the PS5 will be $400 or $450. That is my pain point. I don't think the PlayStation 5 will go $500. Sony understand this. I still don't think it will go $500. If it goes $500, it can be a bad idea, considering that if the Xbox goes $500, many people knowing about the performance and everything like that will go up and jump to the Xbox Series X. But if it goes out to the games, and Xbox will not have an exclusive launch title for the Xbox Series X, okay? Only for the Xbox Series X. I'm telling you about this. The Xbox Series X will not have a launch title or a title exclusive for 2 years. That has been said by Microsoft. But if Sony decided to launch Spider-Man 2 with Horizon Zero Dawn 2 exclusive only for the PlayStation 5, I may think Sony can have the upper hand on launch date. But this is very weird coming out from Sony right now. But remember, I'm not saying that Sony has confirmed this. All of these are being from insiders and anything. None of this is concrete, okay? None of this is concrete. So take this with a grain of salt, or a pinch of salt, or a fucking bag of salt. But this is kind of like weird at the same time. But at the same time, you can believe it. But in my opinion, still, I will be going with the PS5 going $400 or $450 right now, and the Xbox Series S being $500 to $600. Right now, my opinion, people will not be bad buying a console for $600. That is very powerful, almost as a high-end PC. But, the normal consumer may be bad about it. Who knows? But the PS5 being $400 to $450, it can be a case, really. I'm not seeing it being $450 to $500 to $250. Not seeing that. I don't believe it. I will believe it when it's $400 or $450. Remember, that is one of those things that Sony won last generation, that the Xbox being $499 and the PlayStation being $399. That is one of the reasons that many people bought the PlayStation 5. And the thing being that the PlayStation 5 will be scarce at launch, that is kind of scary. Right? Many people would like to have a hand on the PlayStation 5. They want me included. So if you're one of those people, just get some money, pre-order the shit out of it, and just wait for it. Just in my opinion, if this goes on, if the COVID-19 goes on, the pandemic, on to September or maybe August, we may see a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X delayed for the cause of the virus. So that's gonna be bad, really, really bad. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, but maybe the launch consoles will be launching on March or April. Maybe.